There you go. What's up? What's up? What's up? I want to thank you guys so much for joining today. If this is your first time joining, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do want to let you know what you can and will expect here is motivation, information, encouragement, inspiration, transparency, and these good vibes. And ain't nothing you can do about that, okay? Again, if this is your first time watching, this is a live call-in show. The number is 810-560-0658. Correct? 810-560-0658. Make sure you use that call-in number. We're going to have a very amazing topic today with some amazing guests. Again, make sure you share this with your family and your friends just so you can be in the loop. Make sure you comment because I will be reading your comments as well. So, you know I can't go on without talking about my book, okay? I want my own husband, mindset, and standards on marriage. This is not about me, okay? Because a lot of people be like, I know that's right, girl. Yes, but this is about you. This is about the person first. Before you get married, you have to think about yourself first. So this is a story about different relationships that go through different situations, and they come to the realization and say, you know what, I want my own wife or I want my own husband, because I have men here too, okay? Because these men are sick and tired of spending all this money and y'all wasting their time. So this is not just for single people, it's for married people as well, so that you can keep and continue to stay married, keep your flame lit in your marriage. So it's just a good read overall. You can get that on www.thecreativeemotions.com. That's where you can get that at. But I just want to thank everybody for their support. I know people ask me all the time, what you going to talk about next? I haven't been here in like 2 weeks because I've been on somewhat of a vacation. So I just don't do that, okay? Mind your business. Somewhat of a vacation. But I do want to thank you guys for holding it down. Thank the men's edition. I allowed them to come on once a month to talk about men issues. And so I just thank them so much for holding it down because they do such a great job. But today's show is the call to marriage. And I want to ask you a question. Are you ready to answer the call? Today I have some special guests, a power couple, a brand, the conduit of God's love for each other and the world. The Smallies.
Hey.
The Smallies. Okay. What up, though?
Hey, what up, though? What up, though?
Hey, what up, though, Q?
Listen, I had to, okay? Especially when I see how they move together, one foot in front of the other.
Wow.
That's how you're supposed to do it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yes.
That's how you're supposed to move. Welcome. You guys are newlyweds?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
And when was your wedding?
We got married January 22nd.
Yes, 2024.
Okay.
Yes.
And was it everything you dreamed?
It was.
Because everybody talk about how stressful and but was it what you wanted?
Yes, it was. For me, it was. I don't know about for my wife, but it was,
Was you a bridezilla?
You know what? Was I bridezilla?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's good.
Because, like, we kind of, like, eliminated, we just went to a wedding this weekend or whatever, and they had, shout outs to Nakia and John or whatever,
Yeah.
they,
Love wins.
Love
Okay.
wins. Yeah, 2024 couple, but they had a lot of groomsmen and
they had the whole
bridesmaids.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was real stressful. You know what I'm saying? I could tell, what I'm saying? With me and my wife, we didn't have that. It was just me and her up there.
Just make it more
Yes.
intimate.
Yeah,
We had a ball. We had a good time.
I seen the video.
Yeah, girl,
Yeah.
we had a good time, and that's what we wanted. You
Yeah.
know, we didn't want to have to worry about a whole bunch of big bridal party and all that type of
Yes.
thing.
I can't get this. I ain't got money for that.
No, we had a good time.
That's
yeah.
And then we did it on a Monday.
Yeah, we did.
Dang, that's reasonable.
Well, we do it for that reason.
I'm just saying, even if you did out there, how much you got?
Yeah, but it was
Monday,
reasonable.
Tuesday, and
It was
Wednesday.
reasonable.
Absolutely.
But we did it on a Monday, on a cold.
Yeah.
It was cold that Monday, too.
Yeah, it's a story behind that. We'll get to that.
We'll talk about
Sure,
that.
sure.
Yeah, so, yeah.
How did you guys meet? Like,
Here we go.
how did y'all meet? Because I want people to know the call to marriage, it comes in stages and phases. And I was married, so I'm able to speak on this because a lot of people be like, why you into marriage so much, or why you talk about marriage? I was married, so I know the importance of it. I know the honor in it. I know the value in it. And so I push it. I tell people, just because some failed, that don't mean anything. Everything is for you to learn. So make sure you learn from it.
Absolutely.
So just the stage in your life where you guys met, that's the call.
Yes.
Because that should be ultimately the goal. You know, if you're ready to court and whatever, people don't use that these times.
I know,
but
right?
Courting is real.
Courting is
no doubt.
real.
But
For
how did
sure.
you guys meet?
Okay. All right. So we met, oddly enough, at a cabaret.
Okay.
Right. It was Boots and Blazers. My girlfriends was like, "Come on, let's go," and I was like, "Girl, I got a date tonight. I want to do this." So it's funny, but I did have a date like right before I went to the cabaret.
Wow.
Right. So I get to the cabaret and we pull up, and I don't know if anybody ever been to the MRCC over
Oh,
on
yeah,
Mile,
for
right?
sure. Yeah, in Warren.
So you know those big glass windows.
Yeah.
So again, it was January 22nd.
Oh, yeah, it's cold.
Right? What's that? That's the day we got married? January 22nd, right?
Oh, wow.
Yep. So it was January 22nd.
Yeah.
And we
sweet.
was like, me and my girls, we was, trying to be
look
cute, walking
with the
up.
little bitty jacket.
Yeah, and I saw this guy with this gray hair through the glass, and I was like, "Oh, he handsome." You know how you talk to a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, girl!
Right.
You know, it's one of those type of things. And then, we kind of walked in and whatever. So I had to make sure that I got his attention because I wasn't sure that he saw me. So
Period. You
I
hear
had
this,
to-
ladies? It's
Bye.
okay to see what you want and go after what
That's
you want.
it. And I didn't blatantly just go walk up to him,
No,
but
but you show yourself.
I did, and I made
Period.
sure that I got his attention, and it
Yeah.
worked for sure.
It worked for sure.
I'll let you take it from here.
That's a good start.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, so like we was at a cabaret, and I was hanging out with two of my partners, my
Yeah.
cousin and one of my workers or whatever.
Yeah.
And my cousin saw her. He saw her first. He saw Kelly first, and he hit me. He was like, "Yo, cuz, cause Kelly my speed." You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So he
Period. Okay,
I mean, she is. You know what I'm saying? So he tapped me and was like, "Hey, cuz, look." So I saw her, and she was making her way my way anyway. You know what I'm saying? So so she went to the bar. Yeah, he went to the bar, and I walked up to her and I asked her, "Did she can I buy her a drink or whatever?" She's like, "No, I'm good." So I was
Did
like,
y'all
"Well,
make eye contact?
We did not.
We did not.
We didn't.
What?
No.
no, we did not."
So that was just a.
It was.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
So I walked up to her, asked if she want to buy a drink. Can I buy her a drink? She said no, she's good. But then I was like, well, won't you just come back and talk to me? She was like, yeah, we'll see.
Oh, and then played the hard to get
Girl,
after
did
that.
not.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
you do that.
She said, we'll see, you know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy that, that was the bait, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know that she saw me first. I didn't see her first, you know what I'm saying? And so she came back, after a little while, right? Mm-hmm. And she like, you thought I wasn't coming back, and I was like, yeah, you'd have been a fool if you didn't.
Ooh, talk your stuff there,
and
bro.
from there, I don't know, it just caught her. But when I said,
Yeah.
and I'm not even like that, so I was
was quick
surprised
on
I
your
even,
toes.
I was surprised I even said that. And you know what I'm saying? And it got her attention.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And so we exchanged numbers. Then I watched her dance with a corny nigga all night. I'm like, damn,
You should have moved around,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm just like, damn, she just dance. I was like, dog, she disco duck.
I was having a good time.
Having a good
How
time.
you gonna be mad that you just got the number?
Yeah, I know.
Nah.
You just dancing, and oh my golly, And so after that, later on that night, I called her. No, I texted her.
Yeah.
I texted her.
So you were interested and she was interested. That is how
Yes.
it go. A lot of times it be the chase, and anything that's running, honey, don't want to be caught. And
Yeah.
so that's what people
That's
need to
for sure.
understand.
That's dope. I like
a
that.
lot of times. If you are just joining, we are talking about the call to marriage, and my guests here are the Smallies. So I
Yes.
want you guys to make sure you tune in. Make sure you share this with your family, your friends. If this is your first time, make sure you hit that share button, okay?
Yes.
So when did you know, like, that's gonna be my wife? Because they say men know, right? They say women are in charge of who they sleep with. This is so sad. But men are in charge of who they marry, right? This is what people
That's
say.
true.
And I get it, but dang, why we gotta be so shallow with the...
So when did I know that she was my wife?
Yes.
Or she was going to be my wife?
When you said, you know what, that's gonna be my wife.
Well, I guess really, just when we was hanging out, we were just vibing real good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it seemed, it felt like, well, it didn't seem like it felt like, and it seemed like she wanted to see me just as much as I wanted to see her.
Oh, God, that's reciprocal.
So like you said, anyone that's running don't want to be caught. You know what I'm saying?
for
So
real.
that wasn't the case with Kelly, and it wasn't the case with me. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see her just as much as she wanted to see me.
That's so good.
So that made it real dope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 50 plus. And I ain't never had that before.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had that before.
That's because we're taught a
But
certain way,
what I mean by that,
unfortunately.
I never have had a 60-40 relationship.
Okay.
Okay, I was willing to have a 60-40 where
Wow.
the man's supposed to be more than the woman. You know what I'm saying? So me 60, she 40. I've never had that. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? It's always been lopsided. Either been 70-30. Either she was interested in me more and I wasn't into her, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So to have a 50-50, because that's how I felt with Kelly. We wanted to see each other all the time, and it's so crazy. After all this time,
so
we
good.
still the same way.
Still the same.
We still hang out. She be on my nerves. But
I mean, you always gonna get on people's nerves now,
she
honey.
on my nerves, but I never get tired of her.
That's
what
good.
I'm saying? Like we were just talking about that Saturday night.
It should be like a completion almost.
yeah,
Like, I'm
ma'am.
good by myself. Neo, what's his name? Is his name Neo? He made that song. I'm a force or
I thought
I'm a
that Neil and Fabulous.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
something.
I'm good all
Y'all
by
know-
myself, but I'm a force when we're together.
That part.
Yes,
And I
that's
think
dope.
that is very important. So when you think about him, when did you say, you know what, this is gonna be my partner, my provider, my protector? Like I can be with him forever.
You know what? Alonzo, he was just different off the bat. Even just on the outside, the way that he carried himself, I can tell that, a lot of times the men these days, they can be a little extra to me.
Very much. Very much.
A lot of men are... I'm sorry to say this, but they give off feminine traits,
energy instead of
you know what I mean? Like, but I had been approached by a lot of younger guys, these thuggish, ruggish bone type of guys, and I'm like, boy, gone somewhere.
Right.
And he was just different.
Okay.
Even he mentioned me being on the dance floor all night with a guy, and that guy, he was cool, but at the same time, he was like, you kind of corny.
Like,
okay, go somewhere. Alonzo was just very, masculine, manly, but still just cool. You know what I mean? Even with the whole line with the "you'd have been a fool if you did." He said it.
Humor. That was the humor.
He said it in a cocky way, but a humor way. So I was kind of like, okay, so just that alone, he's just different off the bat. And then once we got to know each other, where we talked more and we had more conversation, I love just talking to him.
Yeah, that's good. Like a friend.
That's like a friend.
Like your bestie.
Exactly. So
They
that's
know,
when
like,
I kind
we
of
are.
was like, we are.
we are.
And that's why when I was like, okay, this is somebody that I could definitely be with,
That's good.
And not only that, just through conversation, knowing and understanding, how he loved God and
that's
how
important.
he loves his family and, that type of thing. It was very important to me. So it was kind of like oh yeah, this got to be
Like,
the one
that's
type
it.
of thing. You
That's
know what
good.
I mean?
That's so
very
good.
different from any guy I've ever seen
I
before.
think if we take off all the things that we feel like a man's supposed to do for us, you can allow them to just be.
Absolutely.
And when you allow them to be, that's when you fall in love with the person that they are. It's hard to do that when you like how much you got, what you paying, and you looking at all of these tangible things. When really, honey, it's a lot deeper than that.
Definitely.
It's so much deeper than that. So Genesis 2:24. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And so I want to ask you guys, when you think about that one flesh, what comes to your mind? Because when I think about it, you moving together. Like
yes.
it's let me check. You're not just moving by yourself no more.
Yes,
A lot of
absolutely.
times, with the strong woman mentality that a lot of us have overcome, we'll move without consulting. And I'm talking about married women because I know them. I see them.
Absolutely. I'm still learning.
Okay.
I'm still understanding that scripture because that is very, very deep.
Yeah.
When you are, when you come into a relationship, you're a single mom, you done been through some things.
Yes.
You done been hurt. You done been dragged through the mud. You done been used, all these type of things. A lot of times you put up this,
Facade.
this facade, like
Yeah.
you just got to be so strong. You got to do this. You got to do that. So I'm still in the process of learning
That's
and
good.
growing and understanding what that means. Alonzo and I, we attend attend church every Sunday.
Okay.
That's part of our relationship.
Okay,
right?
that's good.
It's very important that we continue to do that because I think that it just helps me to better understand, of course, like you said, the role of a wife. We know that we're supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but you really don't realize, like, listen, you got somebody that you got to do it with.
Yep.
Everything is not, you cannot move the same. It's all about consideration. You got to consider in everything.
Yes.
So I'm really learning that scripture is very, very important to me. I watch my parents. They've been married for 42 years. That type of thing. Yeah. So now I'm seeing like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely something that it's a process.
Yeah.
You don't say I do and then you immediately just get everything.
Like,
it don't work like that.
Right. It don't click like
you
that.
gotta say it again for the people in the back.
It don't work like that.
Because I feel
at all.
like social media, they hyping it up, honey, but it's much thicker and deeper. It's like an iceberg.
Absolutely.
You got that wedding and all that little cute stuff and bridal showers and all that, but honey, it gets real serious.
Yeah, it does.
And I think
It
that's
does.
what has contributed to the divorce rate. People just hear, but they don't know they gotta stay and stick and stay and not get beat or abused. But you have to deal with things that you don't like. You have to deal with somebody get on your nerve.
Yes.
Like, you're not always gonna agree, and people got to think about that. It's a call.
It's a call.
To marriage.
Yes, it really is.
It is.
It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. And it's my girl. You know what I'm saying? So we have our times. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
We really
As
do.
everybody do.
Yeah, so.
Because the spouse should be your best friend and your closest confidant. I know, when I was younger or when I was married, I used to call my friend and complain all day. Talk about my man so bad. It was so crazy. I think I put something on social media about that when I said your relationship should not be the round table.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be what you're talking about while you chilling with your girls. Like, yeah, he did
Exactly.
this, he did that. You talking about your sex life. You talking about all these different intimate things, and then when you go back, and now you and your spouse good, now you got your girls looking at him crazy. Or you got your boys looking at her crazy. And so we got to be mindful about that best friend and confidant being the spouse first.
Absolutely.
And then you can have friends, of course. We all got relationships, and I don't think anybody should take away from their relationships when they get married. Because a lot of people feel that way. I think people that are controlling, they would say, well, no, you can't hang with them. You should allow a person to have a life outside of you, and you guys have your life together.
Yes.
But having friends, that'll give you a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will.
I think it's needed.
Go on with your girls.
Right.
But marriage it's a high calling. It has expectations that should be reasonable. Again, based off of what you guys go through and what you believe in. What I've noticed, excuse me, a lot of people are lopsided, like you were talking about, but spiritually. You have the women are the majority at the church.
Yes, they are.
And they going in there looking for this man that they're preaching about, honey, but it ain't none in there.
Yeah.
Right.
So you go and you grab somebody and say, hey, well, you ain't that bad. Let me see what's going on. But then you marry that, and a lot of us been through that personally. I've been through it. You're doing the work. You are working those principles, and you dealing with somebody that don't care nothing about that. So
Exactly.
it's automatically going to be some tension there. But this is what I notice. People that are lopsided spiritually. And now you can be walking together, but when one is so far up in this thing, they going to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and your man like, look, I ain't doing all that. But you listening to the pastor more than you listening to your husband. And it's getting
tough.
bad.
It's getting bad.
It's getting
It's
bad.
Yes.
I would say it's a recipe for disaster. And so is this you guys' first marriage?
No, my second.
Okay.
My second as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you learned from that last one, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So that's what
absolutely.
I mean by it's a call. Your life is not over, honey. I've been married, and marriage is beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you different. And if you had a failed marriage, I pray that you learn something from it.
Yes.
I pray that you don't come into another situation bringing baggage, bringing the same bad habits that you had, and using somebody, cutting somebody that did not, bleeding on somebody that did not cut you. We have to be mindful of that because it happens.
Yes, it does.
It happens a lot, and so we just got to be mindful. Do you guys have an elder that you admire that you can say, you know what, I want my marriage that right there? Because nowadays, honey, it ain't that many.
No, it's not. It's not that many. Well, when I used to attend Grady Emanuel, Bishop Sheard and First Lady.
Okay.
I used to love how they interact with each other. You know what I'm saying? I really, I could just. I told you that. I always be like, I want something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like he had a thing for her, and she had a thing for him.
Yeah.
So that's
one that you admire. Okay,
I admire them. Then I admire Kelly. Pops and moms, Kelly's parents.
I admire them. How many years, Kelly?
42.
42.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's older than me.
Yeah.
That's me too.
Yeah,
I'm 41. They had me as soon as they got married. So, and they tight.
Yeah, I admire them too.
That's the one you admire?
Yeah, I admire them too.
That's the one you admire your parents?
I admire my parents' relationship, but I think being in the house and just knowing, I never saw arguments. Mm-hmm. I never saw disagreements. My parents are very private people, and they just they came up different, you know. So they did things a little differently. But now that I'm an adult, I'm grown. Yes. I've been through some things and things like that. We have a couple of friends, Vincent and Joanne. Mm-hmm. We have a couple friends at the church, things like that. Our pastor and First Lady, Lady Kim and Pastor David Johnson, they're great. Just seeing that, I just had it in my head like, it's only my parents. They're the only two. Like,
and then you got to
I can't believe it. And then once I got grown and I really, started to see like, there are some other couples out here that have really stuck together, and like we said before we started the show, been through some things and worked that thing out.
It's good to work. It's good to work it out. The stayability nowadays, honey.
Stayability.
I like that.
That's funny.
The way everything is so microwave, honey. You look on the reel and they show you their whole life in 2 days. Mm-hmm. People ain't showing you the real.
Yeah,
real.
Exactly.
And so when you get something, you like, wait, this is not happiness. This is not what I seen. Mm-hmm. Now people ready to go. Mm-hmm. Why you do this and what? That's why I said get to know somebody. Let people be who they are. Appreciate those gems. God created us all differently. We all have something that we're here to give to our brothers and sisters. So I'm real big on just letting people be who they are. Now, when you come in my circle now, I'm not going to let you be negative Nancy's, Debbie Downers. Mm-hmm. I'm not about to sit here and deal with you complaining all day long. I'm going to let you be who you're going to be, but you're going to talk to tone because I ain't going to be on the phone. I'm just saying. I'm just not. I can't. Like, it's too expensive. I work really hard on keeping my energy high and keeping my mind clear and keeping these things together to have people come and just dump. You got to be careful with allowing people to come and dump
on you.
They just emotionally dump on you. Mm-hmm. So your spouse is there for that. But those that have been in failed marriages
hold on. Mm-hmm. So you said your spouse is there for the dumping?
No, the spouse is there for you, but not for that. Nobody should be getting that.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Like, your spouse is there for you.
Okay.
But some things, like, everything shouldn't be just, no, some things you got to work out. You got to use the principles that God has given you. Understand your words have power. Understand prayer and supplication. Understand prayer and fasting. Okay?
Yes.
When you have an issue, go on in the closet. Don't go on Facebook. I'm so sick of everybody going on here, then talking about stay out my business. What?
It's
you
amazing.
know, put your business out there. But I got a quote by Brave, Mariah Peters. No one told me this would be easy, but I never knew that it would be this hard. And so people get into marriage again, and they think like it's just this magical thing. Mm-hmm. And I can share something like the first year I got married, I think I got married in June, and my birthday was in August. Mm-hmm. And I just expected like this grand, because we got married, okay, because I'm his wife. I just expected like, he about to go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm his wife now. Man, that day came, he was like, what? What's wrong?
Wow.
Because my expectations had went to a whole nother level. I've been with this person for years already. Like, what am I really expecting? Mm-hmm. So you got to be careful with that. When you think about the call to marriage, be careful with your expectations. Holy Spirit is in the room. Yes. I call Holy Spirit in the room, but I usually do it in the beginning. But I've been called Holy Spirit in the room. I had to stop for station identification. What would you say to people about the beauty and loving somebody and being loved? Because that's important. Some people won't allow you to love them.
Oh, Yeah. You right
So
about
putting
that.
that guard down and just allowing somebody to love on you. Share a little bit about that.
Well, you know, me and Kelly, we just talked about that not too long ago, where with this being the best relationship I ever been in, right?
That's so good.
I still have not opened up completely to her.
Okay.
Okay, me and her both talked about
Okay,
this.
okay.
Where she deserved me to be all the way open with her.
Okay.
Because this is the best relationship I've ever been in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but past relationships, right?
Yes.
Sometimes, and had not say sometimes, has affected me from opening up to her all the way. But
sure.
but she deserved it.
Okay.
When they didn't.
I got you.
Do you
Oh,
understand what
that's
I'm
so
saying?
good. Yeah.
She deserved it.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
I got
you know what
you.
I'm saying? And so it.
Some things was ricocheted back to you that you shared.
Yeah. Yes,
It hurt.
ma'am. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So sometimes it's, you know, it's hard for me to be completely vulnerable, completely open,
Okay.
completely. I'm being 100.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm saying? Completely open. Express to her how I'm feeling sometimes
Okay.
about certain stuff, whatever, because of past relationships.
I got you.
You know, because it will affect you.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? And so you'd be like, ugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For That's a sure. real thing.
You know, because I mean, 'cause Kelly has explained some stuff to me about like how she did for her exes,
Yeah.
but when it come to me, you know what I'm saying, and how,
And that's the same
you know,
thing.
right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
It's the
Same
same
thing.
thing. You like, man, I done gave it up. I done did.
Right. So
Yeah.
you know, so it's tough. You know what I'm saying, but you know, me and her, we've been praying about that. We be the first thing was acknowledging it. You know what I'm saying?
for
Knowing
sure.
that,
Exactly.
Putting
you
it
know,
on the table.
Putting it on the
Yes.
table.
That
For
mean
sure.
that mean the enemy can't come in and cause no division.
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying? So that's where that's one thing that me and Kelly we good at. We good at communication and you know, and opening up to that part. Not
And just
opening
being
up
real.
all the way, but
Yeah.
opening up to that part, letting her know that. And she let me know like it's hard, you know what I'm saying? But at least we acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And we've been praying about that. You know what I'm saying? We've
sure.
been praying about that because I want to be all the way
That's
open with her.
important.
You
Yeah.
know? See, the thing is I want to.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I'm
a
saying?
desire.
Yeah, it's a desire.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as easy, but I desire that. I want to be completely open with her like
That's
that.
good.
You know?
Just being able to open up and love and be loved.
And-
Yes.
Right, yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
just
even
let
be
it go.
the be loved
Yeah.
part. You know, it's tough sometimes
Yeah.
because you can't. You know, you have to. You know, I hate to keep going back to this, but it's just a fact. I have to remember what God promised me. I have to remember what my prayers were.
Okay.
I have to remember what it is that I trust in Him for.
Okay.
You know, those type of things. I'm so alpha. He you know,
Don't claim it, don't claim
that
it.
type of thing. But I have to remember, like he said, our communication is so open.
Yeah.
So I know the things that we've talked about. So when certain things happen, I have to kind of go back and be like, oh here we go.
Yes.
You know what I
Oh, that's-
mean? So
man,
the whole
what?
communication thing is just so important because now I know, I know that when he closed off, it's something going on. It's something, and same with me.
Yep.
Something going on. Oh, yep, I remember because she told me this. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's
those body cues, just paying
for
attention.
sure, and it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
We talking about, we live together now. We wake up together. We go to sleep
All
together.
of that.
We do life together.
Yeah.
So it's different
It's
from when you're just
emerging.
dating and okay, I see you tomorrow type of thing. No, I see you every single day. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he just loves me different.
Okay.
I love him different.
Yeah.
So I just want to work that thing out. You
That's
know,
good.
whereas before I'd be like, okay, whatever. Okay, bye. You
It'd be
know.
so easy to do that for
Girl.
women, and because I used to say I was alpha woman
I
until
know.
this man hung up
We
on me.
want to claim it,
And
but-
then I was like, hey, he
It be
gonna call
clear
me
as
like,
day.
oh, okay. And I'm thinking like it's a badge of honor, but really it's a turnoff.
It's really a turn on.
To men. So you don't have to say what you
For
are.
real, it is.
You operate a certain way. You still want to allow men to be men, and I don't think that's what's happening. But a lot of women want to be married.
Yeah.
they want to be married, but you have to know how to allow. And just, I just want to make the point, in my opinion, marriage is not to make you happy. I think this is where people kind of missing it.
Yeah.
They think marriage is, I'm gonna be happy once I get married. No, you should be happy already. Like right now.
Absolutely.
And then a marriage can add to your happiness. A person can only add to what you have, and then you come both with overflowing cups. That's not to say we don't have issues that we need to work out, right?
Exactly.
As you guys just explained.
Right.
But you can come together already full in your own right, and be able to love without the conditions, without the the unhealthy expectations. So I think society has put this package together, like loneliness. It's an antidote for loneliness. Like marriage is the antidote.
Yeah.
You're lonely? Get married. Like, no, don't do that, because you're messing with someone's life. And it's easy to get married, honey, but getting up out of it, if you don't do it in 6 months, what is it, 3 months, 6 months?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's no joke. That's like losing a job.
Yeah.
You can get out of there real quick, but trying to get back, it's gonna be harder. But I just want people to be mindful of that. I believe you should already have that level of happiness when you come to somebody, and not for them to, I need you to help me and complete me, like you were asking. When I said you have a partner, I don't mean come with all of your baggage.
Right.
I don't think a partner should be there to come and save you, if you will.
Right.
People be like, oh, he saved my life. Okay,
Yeah.
people can come into your life, right,
sure.
and help you, but I don't think you should look for a person to be that, like, save your life. You got the Holy Spirit for that, right?
Right, for sure.
We don't need to be honoring pastors more than we honor our spouses. We don't need to be honoring pastors more than we honor the Holy Ghost, okay? Because he don't need no help. I think pastors are to help you, inspire you, because you should already have church at home.
Absolutely.
But I know a lot of marriages have been affected by this, because they are putting more into a person than the person they got to go home with every day. And so I do want to encourage those people that go to church and they're at church often, all the time, make sure you keep your spouse first.
Absolutely.
We're talking about the call to marriage. If you are just joining, this is a live call-in show. The number is 1-810. Who did that? 560-0658. Who did that?
Who put that number together?
But I don't believe you should already come packaged. I do believe people should work on themselves. But have you guys heard couples say, he don't make me happy no more, or she don't make me happy no more? What do you say to those people?
I say go back to the root. What got y'all? Where when y'all was happy? What was y'all doing to be happy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go back to the root of that.
Okay.
You gotta start dating again. You know what I'm saying? Make a date night.
Okay. Make it a priority.
Make it a priority.
Yeah.
Yes. Make it a priority. That's how I feel. That's how I feel if I know somebody that's not really loving each other no more. I'll just be like, well, what was she doing or what was he doing when you was loving them? You know what I'm saying?
How did we get here?
Yeah.
You know, so
Just going back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
and
for
you know,
sure.
and real talk, but a lot of times when you hear a lot of couples that marriages that not doing good, it's not a lot of. I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but it's the truth. It's not a lot of sex going on.
Yep. Because it's used as tools. Unfortunately, we've been taught that as well.
Yeah, it's not a lot of sex going on, and and sex
And that connection is important.
And
That connection is very important. Try to have a conversation like that.
For real,
Try to have an argument
that
like that.
connection is very important
In a marriage.
In a marriage.
Because
In
it's
a
meant for
marriage.
In a marriage.
married
Yeah,
people.
so in a marriage
It
for
is.
sure. Because that's the closest that you can ever get with somebody.
That's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
closest ever.
Right. So I believe that that part is important too. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a real thing. People need to talk about that more.
Yeah.
Again, I've known women to use it. I ain't doing nothing. But, the Bible clearly tells us what to do.
Yeah.
That your body is not yours and your body not yours.
So think about it. When a lot of marriages you find out, first thing you get asked them, like, well, y'all having a lot of sex? And they be like, no.
And they're like, no, it's been months.
What? There you go.
Hey, I've been there. I've been there and done that, honey. I slept on the couch one time, I think for 3 months.
Wow.
Knowingly, like I'm hurting myself.
Yes.
Like you hurt yourself when you do that. So You don't like sex as a married woman?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Keep the interest of your husbands. Keep the interest of your wives, honey, because it is some
Absolutely.
vultures out here that come for the ring. They look for the ring. It's unfortunate, but it's happening. So we do have to be mindful. But it's really heartbreaking to think about marriages being cut off like light switches.
Yeah.
Just left and right. People like, oh yeah, I seen it was on social media. This couple, he's really big in Detroit. I guess they got married. They had this big old wedding. In 1 year, they were divorced. And I'm like, what?
What happened? What happened?
Like, if you feel first of all, it's not even about y'all no more, because a threefold cord can't be broken.
There you go.
That's you and God. If you standing there talking about, I vow in front of God, it's not just you two, it's three. And so we have to be mindful about that. How does God feel about how you're acting in your marriage? Again, we're talking about marriage as a calling.
Yeah.
And what does that calling look like? He didn't say it was going to be all good. That's even in life, honey. Trials and tribulations going to come.
Yes.
But are you going to stand there so that you can have the victory like God said we would?
Yes.
Honey, ain't nothing like it.
Absolutely.
But marriages are being attacked, I feel like, because the two are better than one. Marriage is intimate. It is getting close to God. So why wouldn't it be attacked?
Right.
The devil doesn't like that.
Why
So he's
wouldn't
going to attack it.
Yeah. The sole purpose of our adversary is to break up things that shows God. Anything that looks like God, he's coming for. So if your mindset looks like God, guess what? God said, I will keep you in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. And that's why people are like, oh, I'm going through, or I'm depressed, I'm mental, I'm stressed out. You got to watch what you're saying about yourself.
There you go.
Watch what you're saying about your life. Watch what you're saying about your spouse. Watch what you're saying about your kids. Don't compare them kids. You created them kids. You raised them kids, honey. All I can do is look at them like, ooh. Okay, come here, 'cause that ain't right. But I lecture my kids all the time, honey. They are what I go to before I even come to the world, right? So if you want to know something about me, you will go to my kids. They'll be like, yep, that's how she is. And we get a lecture every day, all day, that she's slapping oil on our head. Yep, sure is. In the bed, I don't care.
I know that's
it's just
right.
too much
You
going
have
on.
to. Ooh, wow.
But if you are married and you happen to scroll on this podcast, yes, some people say life is short. I want to be happy. The same grace you want to have, be willing to give that.
Yes,
right? Because people
absolutely.
like, I ain't happy no more. Well, what about that person?
Right.
You ain't thinking about their happiness?
Exactly. I think that's where a lot of us tend to go wrong too. Q, real quick. I think that we're quick to blame the other person, and we forget to examine ourselves because we are not perfect. There's no way. None of us are perfect. So when we're talking about joining together in a union, and then like you said, we got God at the head. Just remember, He created us both.
Yes.
You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. So before I go attacking you and blaming you for some certain things, we have to start getting into the routine of looking at ourselves first.
Yeah, look
like,
at the three fingers is pointing right back
at you, right?
Like, bam! Wait a minute. Yes, I was wrong.
Yes, for sure.
I told women, like, it's so liberating to say, I apologized. I was wrong. Without being sarcastic. Without, acting like, you just trying to say it. No, like, really mean it.
Really mean it.
Like, men say women don't like to apologize. I find it liberating.
Yeah.
To say, you know what? I apologize for that.
That wasn't cool.
Excuse my tone.
Right, yeah, right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's okay.
It's okay.
Why do we expect men not to have hearts? Not to get their feelings hurt.
Exactly.
Like, it's just us. We can only have feelings. No, that's not the case. So we definitely got to be mindful of that.
Yes.
Give the same understanding that you want. You have to literally defend your marriage. I think we got a caller, sir. You got the phone down. I wasn't looking this whole time. Lord have mercy. Hi, welcome to Creative Emotions. Who am I speaking with?
Good evening. It's Jesse Kazura.
Hi, Jesse. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing great. I've been listening to the show, and I've been married for 13 years with my wife for 17. We got 2 kids, and I'm just glad to hear about the couple that you have on the show. And I had a question for them, and then I was going to make a comment.
Okay.
So my question for you two, you guys just got married this year. How did the planning of your wedding day go?
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Alonzo and I met in 2022 on January 22nd, right? We got engaged on January 22nd of 2023. Mm-hmm. We got married January 22nd, 2024. So,
Wow.
Things happened pretty quickly.
As it should.
Yeah, we
you know.
did not start the planning process until June of 23. So we had 6 months to plan, right? Mm-hmm. Again, we know that we wanted it to be an intimate thing. We wanted it to be family, close friends. We wanted it to be a celebration. We didn't want to stress anybody out. Mm-hmm. So it went pretty smoothly. Of course, we hit a couple little bumps in the road because as women, we want everything to be perfect,
Yes,
you know. And men, y'all kind of like, all right, whatever you want, babe, whatever you want, you know. So
Right.
those were like the first times that we really were kind of like, I was like, you know, oh, you get on my nerves, you know, yeah. The whole, you know, we was coming down a little bit off of that,
Yeah.
in love high a little bit, but it still, at the end of the day, I knew that this is what I wanted. I knew that this was my husband.
Yeah.
I knew that, you know, it wasn't a big thing with really the
No,
wedding.
it wasn't hard. It went smooth to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We from the very beginning, we cared more about our marriage. I probably would have married him right here in the studio.
Give her some for that.
I mean,
Keyword.
you know?
You know, the reason I ask is because you guys had brought up the communication, which to me, that's key. That goes along with before you even get with somebody, that you are happy with yourself, because people get in a mindset that maybe you can change the other person
Yes.
once you tie the knot.
Yes.
And like for my wife and I, the one thing that we had was communication. Before we even talked about marriage, we talked about the most uncomfortable subject.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, the
Yes.
most comfortable conversation.
Hard
Yes,
conversation.
we took it to a very deep level, because you're saying I do for the rest of your life.
Yes.
It's a commitment. It's not just paper. And it was funny because when we planned our wedding, and I'm going to be brief so you guys get back to the show, but when we planned our wedding, one thing that we agreed on is all the things we did not like that we could see go wrong with everybody else's, which was
Right.
which was communication. So we looked at the ceremony. That's ours.
Yeah.
Okay, people are going to be present, but it's ours. For the reception, we understood that's a production for all those that support you.
Yes.
So
That's a good way to look at it.
and that's the most stressful part of your wedding day, is planning the reception, how
Yeah.
you want it. So we divvied up who was going to do what, and then we came together in the middle, discussed it, to keep each other on the same page, and then we made sure that nobody could interfere with it.
That's
But
so
I just
good.
wanted
That's
to,
good.
yeah, I just wanted to ask and then share that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
and
Jesse. That was
congratulations
awesome.
to you guys' wedding.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
10 years.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Thank you so much for calling.
Yep.
Appreciate you. That phone probably was going. Oh. Mars, I'm not about to play with you. But watch your words. You literally have to defend your marriage. So we have a couple of minutes left. You have to defend your marriage. You have to defend it with your life.
You do.
You can't let people talk about your man, your woman, and you shouldn't be talking about your man or your woman to nobody else. I cannot stress that enough. Watch your words and your gossip about your own life. People feel like they trying to be real and down. You're giving people ammunition a lot of times. And so these are things you should be taking to God, honey. A lot of stuff you should be, Lord, I need help.
Yes.
Talk to your angels, honey. They waiting for a command. They're waiting. I need some help. Please show me what I need to do.
Show me.
Right.
Show me what I need to say. Let me soften this, whatever. But God honors marriage. God honors prayer. In Matthew 18:20, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
Wow.
Ecclesiastes 4 and 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. And I know we reference that a lot in the church about it being God. I talked about that a little bit earlier, but I believe to walk in purpose and your calling of marriage, it should be God, husband, and wife. And people say that.
But they don't do it.
But do you operate
do you
that way?
operate that way?
For sure.
Babe, nope, come here, we need to pray. Nope, I'm not leaving this house. I'm not going just to save face. No,
Right.
we got to deal with this right now. No. Because you want your happiness to be real. You want it to be authentic, right? We're talking about the call to marriage. And again, what that looks like. This looks like following the Lord. This vocation also challenges a couple to live their life in a way that expresses God's truth and love in the world. And so with our few couple minutes, if you want to encourage our guests that are watching, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Jesse, for calling in. I didn't even see the other one. I forgot my iPad. But just encourage them. Those that are engaged, want to be married, just got married. You guys just got married, but it's still, we're always going to continue to evolve and learn from each other. And so that was the purpose of this show.
Right.
Not to say you guys are experts. You don't go through anything because people like, you know what I'm
No, we
saying?
go through stuff.
But
You know, we go through stuff.
marriage is a calling, and what can you encourage them with?
It is.
All right, babe, you go
All right.
first.
Okay. First and foremost, to my ladies, especially my ladies with children, I would just like to encourage you all not to give up. Like Q said earlier, it's important to get happy with yourself first. You know, get yourself in order, figure yourself out, figure it out what it is that you want to do. You know, what type of man do you like? I would encourage you to, number one, be real with yourself. Okay,
sure.
If you got this long list of qualities that you want from a man, make sure that your list about yourself matches that.
That's so good.
You know, that list. You know, you gotta be real with yourself.
Definitely.
Also, just carry yourself like you're already a wife. I believe
part.
that's important. You know, you can't be out here being loose and wild and
Acting like you're single but want to be married.
You know, I just think that a good quality man is going to recognize those qualities about a woman. Also, you know, get your relationship with God right. I think that's very, very important because therefore you'll be more on alert about what it is that come your way. You know, these men, they're going to see you on the outside, you looking good, you smelling good, you got a good job, you take care of your children, but what about what's on the inside? You know, so make sure
important.
all of that is together before you get with somebody. And then, you know, again, show these men some grace. You know, we can't be expecting, you know, the whole, I think what was that, a couple months ago, the whole first date thing was a big issue and things like that. Like Alonzo and I, our first real date, we went to a Mediterranean restaurant. I had a salad, he had a shrimp.
Still got pictures.
You know,
pictures of that.
That's only for
but
the
real
artists.
simple. He had on work clothes, I had on work clothes. It was like, you know, just very, very simple. Don't be so closed-minded to, you know, the things that really don't matter at the end of the day, because once you get married and you have that covenant, things totally completely change. So just be real with yourself. Show these men some grace. Stop looking at it as like, you know, he got to look a certain type of way, make a certain type of money. Of course you can have standards, but again, keep it real with yourself. Okay.
Period.
Okay, girl.
Boom.
Okay. And one other thing, be completely honest. When I first met Alonzo, I told him, well, I'm dating somebody else, you know, and I just didn't want to, I didn't want to hide nothing from him. I wanted him to know what it was straight off the bat. You know what I mean? So let's not, you know, let's keep it real.
Yeah, for sure.
With yourself and whoever, you know, you're talking to.
Involved with. For 1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
1 minute. Marriage is dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I love being married, so you know it's good to have somebody that's by your side. So you just, you know, be open and honest. You know what I'm saying? Keep the lines of communication open at all times.
Absolutely.
And God will see you through. You know, that's what I can give the fellas and women, you know.
For sure.
But marriage is dope to me. I love it.
is.
You know, so.
It's beautiful.
So,
So I want to leave you with a few questions. Just a few questions to think about. If you are married, I want to pose these questions to you so that you can ask yourself, are you honoring God in your marriage? Do you leave room for the Holy Spirit? Do you pray together? Because I know a lot of people, that may be something that they don't do.
Right.
How does God use your marriage? And how is God present in your marriage? If you got married and you made a vow and you brought God into it in the cloud of witnesses and you brought down the heavens and you cried and snotted and everything else, where is God? This is what we were talking about today. If you missed this show, go back. It's some gems, okay?
Yes.
Some really good things to talk about, think about when you think about the call to marriage. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on.
yes, thank you for having us.
And I want to thank you guys for watching. You know I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? Peace.